Mic check, mic check. How we doing? How we doing? Is this working now? Is this working? Previously on Kimba TV. So yeah, it'd be nice if this just held the point of control and could keep going, but if this makes a lower low, then on to the next one. Iruzi says, would a swing fail pattern at that lower level still be good? Probably not. Yeah, because what you would have really wanted to do, Iruzi, is hold. And to be honest with you, it looks like it already had the swing fail of the value area low. So your stop is probably right here. Unleash says, just in time for Black Ops. No, we're not playing Black Ops today. Up and, all right, everybody good to go on today's plan? Everybody caught up on the YouTube highlights? So you got some time. Go watch the YouTube highlights from yesterday. It won't make sense. Blucher says, is there TA for today? You got to get caught up on the YouTube highlights from yesterday, my guy. Yeah, just remember that price action is a narrative. All right, so you can't just show up the day of, get the TA for that day, and try to trade on it. You're going to get fucked. That's usually how things like you might be getting into a position when I'm getting out in profit will happen. And then you're going to be sitting there like Mario Fibonacci talking about, but you just said, well, you don't know everything. That's probably the problem. So you got to try to get caught up on the whole narrative. Yeah, because I mean, like, let's say, for example, you were gone all of last week and you're trying to put together something for this week, you're probably going to get fucked. You just said. Yeah. So it's important to make sure that you understand the context. Where did it reject from? You know, where are we bouncing from now? What is the harmonic in play? So you got to always know, hey, life shit. You got to know where you came from to know where you're going. Oh! All right, you got to understand what it's been doing. So, for example, do you understand that this was 7.5? This was golden pocket. So you will be looking for 1618 down here, right? Dink, 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 right? Volume support is down there. So yeah, I think we're looking for here. I mean, if this doesn't hold, if this can't hold, there's volume support down here. Let me turn the magnifying off. So cleaning that, just like yesterday. Now it makes even more sense than yesterday. Remember when people were asking, like, what about cleaning that low? And I said, that's a little bit too low for yesterday. Well, now you've got harmonics in place. So you've got different extensions and one-to-ones that you could take. So you still have long opportunities down here. Like I said yesterday, I don't really care how low it goes. It's all about reclaiming the level. Okay. So assuming that, I mean, this 7.5 could still hold, right? Everybody is probably looking at this 7.5 right here. This could hold, but I doubt it. Okay, based off of the context of where we bounced from and rejected from. Okay, so swing fail for something down here could be a potential long, and then you have the unfinished low and the gap down here. Okay, so these are all sort of I don't think I would like a long down here. I think this is maybe, well, this could come into play because of CME and it's an unfinished low. All right. I mean, even like this, if you were here, I literally gave you the trade, bro. Like this move right here. Yeah, that's why you want to show up right away for Kimba TA, motherfucker. Time waits for no man, motherfucker. Any questions? So first things first, like we talked about, We'll see if it can swing fail, okay? So the level that it has, ooh, I can draw some straight lines with this mouse. Okay, and then that's the really nice one right there. Okay, not that hard, y'all. Emmanuel says, took that move, let's go. Yeah, I mean, if you were here since the beginning of the stream, I kind of gave you everything, you know what I mean? But like I said to the homie before, you gotta understand what the fuck going on, you know? So, like we said, you know, this is not gonna hold. Very high probability. The 7.5 is not gonna hold. The levels that we're looking at is down here. This is volume support, and then we've got the unfinished low down here. So either a swing fail pattern here, good long, or down here, cleaning the gap. All right. You see how easy, I mean, I don't want to say easy, but like, dude, it's just math. US 30 says $1 sweep on derivatives. Do you remember when I said make sure that you prioritize CME? I don't know if y'all remember, but I said we're gonna start prioritizing CME. I don't know if you guys remember that. Destax says, yeah, it's making sense, but I didn't have the guts to take a short this time. That's okay, Destax. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you got to know what you're doing. I could tell you, hey, man, there's a 70% chance, 75% chance the 7.5 isn't going to hold. If you don't know it and believe it yourself, you're never going to take that short, right, Destax? I could literally tell you, hey, guys, the 7.5 here isn't going to hold. And I could tell you, hey man, the swing fail down here, cleaning that, getting back above volume support, that would be a really easy long. I could tell you all of that, but if you don't know it and if you don't believe it, you'll never do it because you're pussyfooting. Right? So yeah, that's why like copy trading will never work. Because if you don't believe it or you're not seeing it the way that I am, then, you know. So the question is, what you want to strive towards is, how can I build confidence, you know, on the math? How can I trust the math? Well, you got to see it. So Kusen says, why prioritize CME now? Get caught up on the YouTube highlights. Lucas says, Sato does this on purpose for entertainment purposes. Yeah, probably. So imagine how fucked up you should feel if you do the same trade as him, right? Because he's doing it for entertainment purposes. Your ass actually seriously thinks that short or long is good. Let's see here. Let me just load up the chat here. I'm trying to do my work emails at the same time. If we take the SFP plus gap fill from unfinished low long, where the stop loss should be, Mirino, the best way for you to learn is to come up with your own answers, try it, and then, you know, try it more than once. Obviously have, 20 is a good sample size, and then see what starts to work. So Mirino, what would be some things that you would try, for example? Kagan says, can we see EXO, please? Sure. Emmanuel says, I was just about to ask a question related to this. Usually I fuck up a lot of executing 3 drives, swing fails, not so much the open interest almost never helps me when I go based off that. What are some of the things that I can do to help make my decision? Well, first things first, Emmanuel, is talk with your brothers and sisters, okay? I'm not the only one that has seen swing fails. So for example, like CME swept really well, but derivatives was like a $1 sweep, right? Do you remember, is that the first time you've seen that, or do you remember what usually happens? Okay, so a lot of this stuff that you are seeing, hundreds of thousands of lions have seen this hundreds and thousands of times. So talk with your brothers and sisters about what they like to look for when executing a 3 drives or a failed auction. A lot of times, Emmanuel, what's going to happen when it's going to make a lower low or a higher high or a 3 drives is people are getting in too early. Okay, so if a whole bunch of longs jump in, they might get stopped out before it goes up. Sounds good? If a whole bunch of longs get in before like a div or an edge is formed, they might get stopped out. All right. The counter argument to that is we have seen many times, and me included, where CME swept or CME had a good high. Derivatives did not. Derivatives didn't even sweep, but it still dumped or pumped. And on a day like today, if you didn't understand when I was talking about how we should prioritize CME this week, you're not going to be able to put together the big picture fully. All right, so you want to get divs, you want to get edge, you don't want people getting into positions too early. All right, remember, it's going to pull back to golden pocket or make a lower low to try to stop people out that got in too early or continue to bait people to, bottom short or top long. All right, Emmanuel. And I don't know, some of you guys aren't really writing notes down and just kind of like freestyling it and hoping that your memory serves you well. That's probably not a good idea either. So start making some visual charts and you're going to be able to pick up on a pattern, Emmanuel. Adriano says, if we drop down to fill the gap, what you want to see there? Anything that would be bullish, Adriano. So think about all the things that can make price action look bullish, right? Maybe it's bottom shorters getting trapped, right? Maybe it's all the longs getting stopped out. Maybe it's S&P with a hidden bullish div on net order flow. Xenon says, if this S&P holds, would you still consider sweeping the all-time high or get into a bearish retest and sit broke structure and CME already swept? No, I would still be looking for all-time high. Yeah, like for me to do a big short Xenon, the highs have to get cleaned. But there's always like scalp stuff if you want to take it. You know what I mean? I don't know if you were here, but I said 70% chance, very high chance that this isn't going to hold right when I showed up. So if you really wanted to short it from here to here, you could have, or you get into a short and then you just keep moving your stop loss to break even and then just let it stop you out. Some of you guys are a little bit more bullish than bearish, so we talked about this yesterday and today. All right, so definitely pay attention to what price action does throughout the day and tomorrow with that low, and then just be able to recall it when it happens again in the future. I don't know how many times or how long you've been in the game to see all-time high, but I've seen many all-time highs be made. And I've been around when CME made an all-time high, but derivatives and spot didn't make an all-time high. And I've had amazing shorts from the Pico top, but eventually I got stopped out in tiny profit because spot and derivatives also wanted to make an all-time high. So, yeah, for me, I can't get into a big short until I see at least the all-time high get clean. But for me to responsibly, keep the longs open, I have to hedge short if I'm not going to TP. Okay? That sentence I've been saying for like the last 6 months. All right. So, any other questions, Julie? And remember, Julie, I'm not trying to juice on the shorts. You understand that, right? I don't care to profit from the shorts. You understand that? So I have no problem getting into shorts, taking hedge shorts that don't have that great of an edge. Because if I do get stopped out or if I get round tripped, guess what I'm doing? I'm pumping that bitch up. So I will always look for hedge shorts fairly aggressively, and I don't even need it to be the perfect short. I will always put my stop loss at break even, Julie. So it's a win-win for me, right? If the short works out and if it really nukes, then 1, I can TP some of that. 2, I'm covering the potential losses on the unrealized on longs. And if it really nukes that much, I have an opportunity to get into a long again. If the short doesn't work out, I'm just market smashing buys to help my longs out. So I don't need the perfect short, Julie. Does that make sense? I don't need the most bearish scenario to take a short. If I see something like I just narrated this morning, 72% chance the DOS75 isn't going to hold, right? Harmonics would indicate that now the swing fail for this is the next area where we might look for a long. If this doesn't work, then we're going to go down here. Okay? And we're just going to take it level by level. If this long doesn't work, if this swing fail doesn't work, if we can't start changing structure and get back above volume value, okay, then this is the next level that we would be looking for. And then we would be looking for Koreans to bottom short. You know what I mean? We would be looking for longs to get stopped out. You know what I'm saying? Yoink Master, yeah, Jabba Dabba Doo closed ETH long negative 10K, now shorted Pico Schmico bottom. You can't make this shit up. Yoink Master, what do you think about all this, my guy? What do you think about all this, my guy? Yoink Master, you were here at the very beginning of the morning, right? It has nothing to do with me, man. I'm not like smart or anything, bro. I just know my math. Okay, Yoink Master, you were here at the beginning of the stream, right? How many of y'all, no, for real, how many of y'all were here at the very beginning of the stream? And you heard me talking about ding, dong, bing, bong, and you saw me drawing the line right here. How many of y'all were here when I said, very high probability that 7.5 ain't gonna hold? Did I just pull that out of my ass? How many of y'all were here with me yesterday when I said, I don't know if I want this low, but then this morning I said, based off of the context, now that is very high probability. What do you think about anticipating swing fail pattern? What do you think about that volume support line? If this morning's TA doesn't make you really excited about wanting to learn the math, I don't know what will. Samurai TV says, is it a good zone to long gold? Samurai TV, as long as you know what you're doing. All right? Trading is so complex that it's not as simple as just showing up on a random guy's stream and asking if you should long or not. You got to know what you're doing. All right? So Samurai TV, if you have been looking at gold and you have been preparing and planning for this level, and you see the data that you anticipated, go ahead and do what you do, big boy. All right? But, like, I don't care if you make money or lose money. So if I said yes, you know, I don't think you should take anybody's word for it. All right? So as long as it's what you have been preparing and planning to do, then do it. Yeah, but I mean, I probably spend minimum 2, 3, 4 days. Most of the time it's weeks, you know, identifying a level, waiting for it, looking at the data to take a trade. So, all right. I would say no, but you got to get caught up on the TA that we've done. Y6 says, so shorting single print and continue lower is a good idea? No. What I would say too is like, you know, I have the advantage of the Twitch chat history and the Discord chat history. And I can see, like, you know, pretty easily if your ideas have been right or wrong recently. You got to be able to do that on your own. If you've had 5, 6, 7 ideas and they've all been kind of wrong, you got to stop for a second and say, wait, I should stop just blurting out what I'm thinking, because what I'm thinking is not going my way. So it's pattern recognition. If your ideas have been working, go with it. If your ideas haven't been working out, then stop, reset. Don't keep baiting yourself. All right. So, whether it's, you know, I'm going to long here or short here, you know, take a look and be self-honest with where you're at. Sounds good. But don't get into like chasing and revenge trading and whatnot. You got to be self-honest and self-aware. You know, make sure that you are at a statistically advantageous, you know, whether it's mental state or mathematical understanding. Have a great day. Stay safe. Level to level. All right, y'all. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Early as fuck tomorrow because I have a early flight. So stay safe, Lions. Love y'all, man. I miss you guys.